Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, there is something very special about the way you carry your heart through life. You approach people with sincerity, you offer kindness without expecting anything in return, and you try to see the good in others even when situations are not always clear. This kind of heart is rare, and it reflects a deep sense of compassion that many people search for throughout their lives." Archangel Michael says that having a pure and kind nature is not a weakness. It is a strength that allows you to build meaningful connections and to bring warmth into the lives of others. Yet there are moments in life when this same kindness needs to be balanced with awareness. Not every situation is meant to take your energy, and not every connection is meant to continue in the same way forever. Beloved soul, there may have been times when you gave your time, your attention, or your care to someone because you believed in the goodness of that connection. You trusted your heart, and you chose to support others in the best way you could. These actions came from a place of sincerity, and they reflect the genuine nature of who you are. Archangel Michael says that awareness is what helps you protect that sincerity. It allows you to recognize when a situation feels balanced and when it feels uncertain. Sometimes, the way people respond, the energy they bring, or the way they interact with you can quietly reveal whether a connection is truly supportive or simply temporary. Beloved soul, this message is not about creating doubt or fear. It is about encouraging you to notice the way you feel in different situations. When something feels peaceful and respectful, it often aligns with your well-being. When something feels confusing or draining, it may simply be a sign to pause and reflect. Archangel Michael says that your inner wisdom is always present. It appears as a quiet feeling, a small thought, or a moment of clarity that encourages you to observe more carefully. When you listen to this inner awareness, you begin to understand your experiences with greater depth. Beloved soul, there is no need to rush into conclusions. Instead, allow yourself to observe your surroundings with calm attention. Notice how certain interactions make you feel. Notice whether your energy feels supported or whether it feels stretched too far. Archangel Michael says that protecting your energy does not mean closing your heart. It simply means understanding where your kindness is best appreciated and where your presence is most valued. When you recognize this, you create space for connections that truly support your growth. Beloved soul, the journey you are walking is one of learning balance. You are learning how to remain kind while also being aware, how to give while also honoring your own needs, and how to move forward with both compassion and clarity. Archangel Michael says that as you continue this journey, you will naturally begin to recognize the difference between connections that bring peace and those that require reflection. This awareness will guide you toward relationships that feel genuine and supportive. Beloved soul, trust that your heart already knows more than you realize. The clarity you are beginning to feel is part of your growth. With patience and awareness, you will continue moving toward experiences that align with your true nature. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, as your awareness begins to grow, you start noticing something that was always present but not always clear. You begin to feel the difference between connections that bring you peace and those that quietly take more from you than they give. This realization does not come suddenly. It develops gently, through your experiences, your reflections, and the way your heart responds to different situations. Archangel Michael says that meaningful connections are often simple and calm. They do not leave you questioning your worth or wondering where you stand. Instead, they create a sense of ease where communication feels natural, respect is mutual, and your presence is valued without effort. In these connections, you feel comfortable being yourself, and there is no need to constantly prove your importance. Beloved soul, there may have been moments in your life when a connection felt different. You may have noticed that you were giving more than you were receiving, that your energy felt stretched, or that your thoughts became filled with questions rather than clarity. These feelings were not signs of weakness. They were quiet signals from your inner awareness, encouraging you to pause and observe more closely. Archangel Michael says that recognizing these differences is part of your growth. It does not mean that anyone is entirely right or wrong. It simply means that not every connection aligns with your energy or your journey. Some people enter your life to share a moment, to teach a lesson, or to help you understand something about yourself before your path continues forward. Beloved soul, your kindness has always been one of your greatest strengths. You give your time, your attention, and your care because it comes naturally to you. Yet as your awareness expands, you begin to understand that your energy is valuable. It deserves to be shared in spaces where it is appreciated and respected. Archangel Michael says that awareness allows you to notice patterns. You may begin to see how certain interactions leave you feeling calm and supported, while others leave you feeling uncertain or drained. These patterns help you understand which connections bring balance and which ones require distance. Beloved soul, this understanding is not meant to create distance from everyone around you. It is meant to guide you toward healthier connections. When you recognize where your energy feels most at peace, you naturally begin to move closer to those environments and people. Archangel Michael says that one of the most important parts of this journey is learning to trust your feelings without rushing into judgment. You do not need to label every situation immediately. Instead, allow yourself to observe and reflect. With time, clarity will appear naturally. Beloved soul, as you continue growing, you may find that your expectations in relationships begin to change. You may start valuing consistency over intensity, understanding over confusion, and calm support over uncertainty. These changes reflect your evolving awareness. Archangel Michael says that true connections will never require you to lose yourself in order to maintain them. They will support your growth, encourage your authenticity, and bring a sense of balance into your life. When you experience this kind of connection, you recognize it not through words alone but through the way it makes you feel. Beloved soul, the message today is not about questioning others but about understanding yourself more deeply. When you understand your own needs, your own values, and your own sense of peace, you naturally begin to recognize which connections align with your path. Archangel Michael says that as you move forward, you will continue to attract people who resonate with your growth. These connections will feel lighter, more genuine, and more aligned with the person you are becoming. Beloved soul, trust that this awareness is guiding you toward a life where your kindness is not only given but also appreciated. The clarity you are gaining now is helping you create space for connections that truly support your journey. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, there comes a moment in your journey when something quietly changes within you. It is not something loud or sudden, but something calm and steady. You begin to see yourself differently. The way you once gave your energy without hesitation begins to shift into a more balanced understanding. You start realizing that your kindness, your time, and your presence are valuable, and they deserve to be respected just as much as they are given. Archangel Micheal says that self-worth does not come from what others say or how they treat you. It grows from within, through your experiences, your reflections, and the lessons you have learned along the way. Every moment that taught you patience, every situation that required strength, and every experience that helped you understand yourself more deeply has contributed to the awareness you now carry. Beloved soul, there may have been times when you overlooked your own needs because you wanted to support someone else. You may have chosen to stay silent in situations where your voice mattered, or you may have given more than you received because your heart naturally leans toward kindness. These moments do not define weakness. They reflect your genuine nature. But now, you are learning that balance is just as important as kindness. Archangel Micheal says that true strength is not only found in giving but also in knowing when to pause. It is found in recognizing when your energy needs to be protected, when your time needs to be valued, and when your presence deserves to be appreciated. This understanding does not change who you are, it refines it. Beloved soul, as your awareness grows, you begin to notice how different situations affect you. You recognize when you feel calm and supported, and you also recognize when something feels uncertain or draining. These feelings are not random. They are part of your inner guidance, helping you understand what aligns with your well-being. Archangel Micheal says that valuing yourself changes the way you move through life. You no longer feel the need to hold on to every connection or to maintain every relationship at any cost. Instead, you begin to choose environments and people that reflect the respect and care you naturally offer to others. Beloved soul, this shift may feel unfamiliar at first. You may question whether you are changing too much or whether you are becoming distant. But in truth, you are simply becoming more aware. You are learning to give with intention rather than from obligation, and to connect with those who truly appreciate your presence. Archangel Micheal says that self-worth creates clarity. When you value yourself, you no longer need to seek constant reassurance from others. You understand that your worth is not something that can be taken away or given by someone else. It is something that exists within you, shaped by your experiences and strengthened by your growth. Beloved soul, as you continue this journey, you will notice that your relationships begin to reflect this new understanding. The people who respect your energy will remain, and the connections that do not align will naturally fade. This process is not something to fear. It is part of your path toward balance and peace. Archangel Micheal says that the most meaningful connections are those where both people value each other equally. These relationships do not feel one-sided or uncertain. They feel stable, respectful, and supportive. When you experience this, you recognize the difference immediately. Beloved soul, the message today is a reminder that your kindness is a gift, but it is also something that deserves to be honored. You are allowed to set boundaries, to choose where your energy goes, and to step back from situations that do not feel right for you. Archangel Michael says that as you continue moving forward, this sense of self-worth will guide your decisions. It will help you recognize the connections that bring peace into your life and the experiences that support your growth. Beloved soul, trust that this change within you is leading you toward a life where your kindness is matched with respect, where your presence is valued, and where your energy is shared in ways that feel balanced and meaningful. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved soul, every journey of awareness eventually leads to a moment where everything begins to feel clearer and lighter within you. It is not because every situation in your life has suddenly changed, but because your understanding has deepened. The confusion that once filled your thoughts begins to settle, and in its place comes a calm sense of clarity. You start to recognize what truly aligns with your heart and what no longer needs your energy." Archangel Michael says that choosing peace is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for yourself. Peace is not something that appears only when everything is perfect. It is something you create by deciding where your energy belongs. When you choose to step away from situations that feel heavy or uncertain, you are not losing anything. You are creating space for calm, for balance, and for experiences that reflect your growth. Beloved soul, there may have been a time when you held on to certain connections because you believed that your kindness could make everything better. You gave your time, your attention, and your care with the hope that things would feel balanced again. But now you are beginning to understand that true balance cannot be created by one person alone. It comes from mutual respect, shared effort, and genuine understanding. Archangel Michael says that this realization is not meant to bring regret. It is meant to bring freedom. When you understand that you have done your best with sincerity, you can move forward without carrying unnecessary weight from the past. You are allowed to release what no longer aligns with your peace. Beloved soul, as you move forward with this new awareness, you may notice that your perspective continues to change. You begin to value calm connections over complicated ones, clarity over confusion, and respect over uncertainty. These choices reflect your growth and your willingness to honor your own well-being. Archangel Michael says that the people who truly belong in your life will never require you to lose your sense of peace in order to stay connected. They will appreciate your presence, respect your energy, and support your journey without creating doubt or imbalance. These connections will feel natural, steady, and genuine. Beloved soul, this is the moment where you begin to trust yourself more deeply than ever before. You trust your feelings, your observations, and the quiet understanding that has been growing within you. This trust becomes your guide as you continue walking your path. Archangel Michael says that letting go is not about losing something valuable. It is about making room for what truly belongs in your life. When you release what no longer aligns, you create space for new experiences, new connections, and new opportunities that reflect your growth. Beloved soul, the message today is a reminder that your journey is leading you toward balance and clarity. The lessons you have learned have strengthened your awareness, and the experiences you have lived through have shaped your understanding of what truly matters. Archangel Michael says that as you continue forward, you will naturally be drawn toward people and situations that feel aligned with your energy. These experiences will not feel forced or uncertain. They will feel calm, respectful, and meaningful. Beloved soul, take a moment to recognize how far you have come. The awareness you now carry is the result of your willingness to learn, to reflect, and to grow. This awareness will continue guiding you toward a life where your kindness is matched with appreciation and your presence is valued. Archangel Micheal says that peace is now becoming a natural part of your journey. It is not something you need to search for outside yourself. It is something that exists within you, growing stronger as you choose clarity and balance. Beloved soul, trust that the path ahead is opening in a way that supports your well-being and your future. The clarity you have gained will continue guiding your steps, helping you move forward with confidence and calm understanding. If this message touched your heart, type Amen in the comments and share this message with someone who may need clarity and peace today.